river, lateral length, the horizontal length of river will be very less. Okay, the horizontal length of river will be very less. It could be few fits, it could be few meters. Okay, for example, if you see river Ganga, from where it is originating, from Gangotri, if it is originating from Gangotri only. I mean, there are other glaciers as well, but the Gangotri, or let's say that is a prime area, or let's say prime glacier from which this river Ganga used to originates. So when the river Ganga is originating from that particular glacier, if you ever visit there, the channel is just for a few meters. And if you see the same Ganga in Patna, if you see the same Ganga in Allahabad or Prayagraj, the horizontal expansion is wider. Okay, the horizontal expansion is wider. It's because of the different set of erosional aspects which are there. You will see these aspects in this session only. So when we have this more vertical down cutting, the river channel is very narrow. However, this could be a deeper one, and the flow of water is very fast because the water is flowing on the steeper slopes, and we could have a high bed load here because the removal is very fast. V-shaped valley will be there, interlocking spurs will be there, waterfalls will be formed, and gorge will be formed. You'll have a clarity in a while. Okay, so all of these will be formed in the youthful stage of river. Why they will form? Again, I'm telling you, they will going to form because of the steeper slopes. Because of the steeper slopes, it will be added by the gravity, which resulted into further vertical down cutting, and as a result of vertical down cutting, you will see V-shaped valleys. Clear? So here what we can say, erosion is more and deposition is very less. It is not zero, but deposition is very less in this youthful stage because of the slope itself, because of the gravity itself. But here, when the slope is getting what? Some sort of gentle, when river is getting some sort of gentle, when when slope is getting some sort of gentle appearance, when the slope is getting gentler, so as a result of this gentler slope, what will happen? When the river will going to, or let's say when the water will going to flow on this gentle slope, when the water will going to flow on this gentle slope, let's say here it is the water. So when the water is flowing here we have what? High erosion. It's because of the gravity, more removal will take place. Similarly, when the water is entering here, so what we can say, here there is no steeper slopes. As there is no steeper slope, so what we can say, in other words, the kinetic energy of water is overshoot by gravity. Means here, under the influence of gravity, what will happen? Under the influence of gravity, the deposition will take place. Under the influence of gravity, the deposition will take place. Here, there will be a removal of some sort of rock boulders which are there on the mountain slopes. Okay, which are there on the mountain slopes. Here I am adding a weathering aspect. Suppose there is a weathering on this mountain. So what will happen? There will be so many loose rocks, and if there is a loose rocks and if there is a water which is flowing, so that water will going to take away those loose rocks with it. Yes or no? And yes, those loose rocks which are there in the water, they will cause what? Abrasion. Okay, attrition will also be there. And when this water is about to enter in the gentle slopes, so because of the more gravity, the deposition of these big boulders will going to take place. Now gravity will going to work more on which things? Heavy or less heavy? Heavy. So the rock boulders you will see, the big boulders you will see, those will going to deposit here. Those will going to deposit whenever the slope is getting gentler. If you have visited Haridwar, if you have visited basically even in Nainital, you will see the same, that we have some sort of rock boulders which are deposited. That means it is an indication that slope is getting gentler. Slope is about to get gentle kind of appearance. Okay, so we will have what? More, I mean, if you want to say in this way, so there will be some sort of deposition. However, deposition will be greater from its previous aspect. Okay, and the erosion which is here, that will become less. Erosion that will become less with respect to the youthful stage. Comparative geography is comparative, okay, and we are taking a comparison factor, comparison parameter based on the same references. The action is same, okay. Then in this particular stage, when there is a slow flow of water, that will be called as what? Middle course. This is called as mature stage of river, where the river is mature. When you are mature, you will see that there is some sort of calmness in you. Married person, you will see they will be very calm, okay. So when you are mature, you are not going to splash more. The water will be like, silently it will flow. So here the water will going to flow silently, and as there is a more influence of gravity, so whatever bed load is there, whatever rocks are there, they will going to deposit here. And yes, the size, here they will be big boulders, and here if I take a reference of this image, here we'll have what? Smaller size. So size will going to decrease in this way. Size will going to decrease in this way. In other words, if you see river Ganga, so if you are moving with the course of river Ganga, and if you are moving eastward to the course of river Ganga, then you will see that the size of size of rocks, the size of debris which are there in the water, their size will going to decrease if you move towards eastward, or if you move towards westward. As a result of this, the size of rocks, the size of material which is there, that size will going to increase significantly. That will going to increase, okay. It's just the same thing, I just change my words, okay. So here we will have this, what? The size changes, or size changes will go, change in size will going to take place because of the influence of gravity. Why the gravity is more there? Because the slope is getting gentler. So first it is the slope which is actually initiating the action in the running water, and through the running water the slope modification is taking place. So it is the slope who is changing, and in geography we used to focus on slope, the behavior of slope, the topography we used to study, and we used to see that what processes are being carried out by this topography or this particular slope, and we are doing the same. First we have this slope. With respect to the slope, there is the action of water. With respect to the action of water, there is the erosion, abrasion, attrition, hydraulic action. As a result of that, there is a formation of landforms. There is a topographical features which are formed. So here you will see the gentle valleys, floodplains, deeper channel, more sediments will be there. Here you will see meanders, here you will see river cliffs, here you will see slip of slopes, those who are formed in meandering, those who are formed in meandering, okay. Now when the slope is gentlest, when the slope is almost flat, when the slope is almost flat, the water which is moving on this particular slope, now this water will have obviously this particular water which is in this stage will be termed as lower course, or it will be termed as old stage of river, okay. This will be termed as what? Old stage of river. Upper course, middle course, lower course, youthful stage, mature stage, old stage, okay. All of these stages are determined by the slope itself. Because of the slope, the action of water will be there. Because of the action of water, kinetic energy and gravity will be there. Because of the varied action of kinetic energy and gravity, there could be a vertical erosion, there could be a lateral erosion, there could be a headward erosion. And as a result of that, different topographical features will be observed. So here, in this middle course, what we can say that we have a more lateral erosion. Here we have what? More lateral erosion as compared to the vertical down cutting with respect to the upper course, with respect to this youthful stage. So here more lateral erosion is there. So you will see that river is getting broader here. River is getting broader here. The channel of river is